Work tales. Work tales. Woohoo.
Hello and welcome to the bonus episode of Work Tales Woohoo. And listen, you have to add the woohoo, okay, because it's like a Tribe Called Quest, and you got to say the whole thing when you say it, so it's important. All right, so a little backstory. This podcast came about when Joey said to me, he was like, hey, we should do a podcast about all the crazy stories we've had working at the movie theater. And I immediately jumped on it, and I told him what a genius he was. And then after talking to some of our coworkers and our friends from the past, the old days, worked at the movie theater, voila. We're hoping to get a good rotation of folks in here with a lot of different funny stories to share. We've all worked at the same movie theater, together, but separately we've kind of worked at different theaters. So, everybody has tales for days, son. All right. So listen, now the beginning of this episode is going to sound a lot like a group of old people who's just used technology for the first time. In a lot of ways, we are a group of old people, but look, bear with us, okay? I promise you, we're going to reveal some secrets and some little tidbits and spill some tea about some stuff that happens in movie theaters that y'all probably always wondered, or maybe you haven't wondered. Also, don't expect any little secrets in the tea spilling in this episode, because this was really just kind of like a test. We were just testing this stuff, but we felt like it was good enough to share, so we wanted to get it out there. So I hope you enjoy, and come back for next week. Okay, Craig is in here. He said he's recording. My thing is probably has an echo because there it goes. It says you joined the recording. Okay, so now
no, you don't. You don't have an echo.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I don't have. Oh, damn, Connor done came in here too.
What up, homie?
What up, though?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Of course.
Oh, you can.
What up,
okay,
dude?
I didn't even know. Hold on, let me I'm trying to figure out how to put it on speaker because it's just like
Bon Jovi.
yeah, get over it.
Hey, I'm an outlaw. It's okay. The Bon Jovi song. I like that song. So now I'm an outlaw. I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Fucking.
That's a fucking great. Christina will
Riding-
watch it.
Riding
She
down
doesn't
the river on
She
a
doesn't like
raft.
Western. So, anyways, I'm sorry. I digress
No.
from the point.
No, you're
So
fine. 'cause
I
this
had
is
an
a good-
idea. Let's share movie stories because there's so many
Yeah.
good ones, right?
Oh, definitely.
Here's the thing though. We all worked at different theaters and we had different experiences, but we can all share them together.
Yeah.
So
And I mean,
Yeah.
some of our
Yeah.
experiences were together, but I mean, we all have our own for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah, and if we're gonna get anybody on here that's a part of it, like
Mhm.
they gotta have a good story. I could tell stories all fucking day.
No,
Yeah.
I know.
I did it for
But that's
16
what I'm
years
saying. You go.
straight. Yeah.
I'm gonna start a clock. You go get a clock, and I'm like, all right, y'all gonna have
I'm
to wrap it
sorry.
up.
I'm sorry.
Like,
Let's go back. I love telling stories. I could tell stories all day long. I've done it for 16 years. Great. Like, he never peed. He never pooped. He never ate anything. He just
Not one
told
time.
stories.
Yep.
it
That's
just
what I do.
told tales,
I just
long
I
tales.
He
I weave
lived off of
yarns.
the stories and the laughter.
dude,
That's funny.
I want to hear Jeff, and here's my prediction: is Jeff is going to tell the story about when I first trained him to be a projectionist. Because
Mm.
remember, you were like, I want this guy to come up here and be a projectionist, and I was like, who the fuck is Jeff?
I do
And you
remember
were
that.
like,
Yeah.
oh, he's been working down there. He's like a big deal. And I was like, okay, who the fuck is he? And you were
Yeah.
like, and this is the story: is Jeff came up there, and I don't remember the theater numbers now because I don't have to. So
Right.
it's gone knowledge. I need to remember what keys do what now at work, and because none of them are labeled. And so Jeff came over to one of the 35 millimeter projectors with me, and the bottom, I was like, we got to move this print. And they told us, remember, don't tight wind them anymore because it damages the film.
Mm.
Yep,
And I
yeah.
forgot, and I was training Jeff, and I started to move it off the platter, and it started to fall, and I was like, Jeff! And he came running over, not knowing what to do, and I was like, and he'd like all nervously and awkwardly like help me lift it back up on the platter. I really hope that he tells that story. And do you want to hear something else? Do you remember when I got fired from and technically I told him I quit, but whatever. And
I mean, that's
it's over a sexual matter. We don't want to talk about that. But
Okay,
anyways,
I didn't know that
and
part. I just liked how you were like, technically, I quit.
yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, fine, I'm done with this shit. And I walked away. And you called me on the phone and you were like, hey, I just want to tell you, what was her name? You remember who I'm talking about? The brown haired lady with the glasses?
yeah. I don't
And
think Connor was there
she
when
dropped that she dropped that Indian film and she was over there crying and you called me on the
Yes.
phone and you're like, I just want to tell you right now, you're gonna love this.
Yep.
Yeah, because she was the one that like really pushed for me to get fired.
She was. Yeah.
And you were like, she's over there crying.
Yep.
I was like,
It was.
yeah,
I came upstairs.
thank you.
I came
Yeah.
upstairs to check on that Indian rental or whatever. I think
Yeah,
that's
'cause
what
that
was going
was-
on.
Dude, that's
She was in the
that's a whole
middle.
fucking the Indian rentals is a whole fucking podcast in itself.
I mean, right? Actually, we might have to do one and just title it that because we all have
Yeah.
stories for
Indian
that stuff.
rentals. Have you
But,
ever
like-
seen a Bollywood Matrix movie? Because I have.
They're all of them.
And they all have giant musical numbers in them too, which
Oh
is
yeah,
just
it's great.
wild.
It's great.
Right.
Right. That's fine. But yeah, she totally was sitting in the middle of the floor in between, like it was near where we like would build the
Her last
35
name was-
million the hallway.
Oh
She
yeah.
was sitting in the middle on the floor with this film like in her lap, like all around her, literally sobbing. And I was like,
Yeah,
what happened?
dude, I dropped $1 Million Baby, and it took us 8.5 hours to fix it, and then we had to watch it.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember how I used
Have
to
you-
walk around with just like two 35mm films on my shoulders?
Those were
Yeah,
have
those
you, have
were-
you all seen the pictures of, you guys would appreciate this, of the Oppenheimer print, the IMAX print?
Oh, dude, I have.
No.
I sent it to you in Four Amigos.
Oh, okay. It's
Yeah.
fucking huge. Like it's too
Yeah,
big
dude,
for the platters.
It barely fit.
because it's so
It barely
long.
fit on the fucking IMAX platter.
Good God.
Yeah.
And why the fuck
I'm
are
like-
they still doing 72mm?
I don't
Right?
know.
Like you can
We
do
don't-
digital IMAX. Why the fuck
Right.
is he doing film?
Yeah,
Right.
I looked
No
at that.
idea.
The first thing I said is I was like, "Well, that's your fucking problem. Why are you still doing film, you idiots?"
Yeah, well there's
Lord.
there's like this, I don't know, I came across on my feed the other day, some Instagram influencer was like, so the way that you want to watch Oppenheimer is, and like talked about all the formats and how, you know, he
Oh, it's
filmed it,
Nolan.
and I'm
He
like,
did it on
oh my
purpose. Okay.
God. Yeah. And so they were talking about all that, and she was like, the best way to see it, you can see it in these formats, but it'll cut off some from this point and this point. And I'm like, yeah, like it's freaking like the flat and scope crap, you know, like I get it. And then
Everybody has so much of a fucking boner for Christopher Nolan. I hate it.
Ew.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not
I
a
hate
huge
saying
fan.
it like
Inception
that,
was
but
good.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
everybody fucking loves him. And
I
I'm
mean,
like,
we wanna-
Inception was just fucking stupid. I had no idea what was going on the whole fucking movie. And then he spun a
know,
top
I
at the
think
end, and I was like, what is he playing? Fucking dominoes now or something? We got to pick who goes first? Yeah, like,
the best
no
thing
idea
about
what was fucking
Inception
going on.
is that everything after Inception was like a joke. Like, oh, my cat's playing with another cat. Catception. Like it was everything
yeah.
was
Yeah.
a joke.
Yeah, it was like trying to be weird just to be fucking weird. It's like a
Yes.
Darren Aronofsky movie, and you're just
Yeah.
like, leave me alone. I don't want to watch this anymore.
You're like, just yeah.
I'm telling
Let me
you,
weird you out by telling you this.
See,
I-
we should
I
just be.
wanna
I
see
hope you're
Barbie.
recording this.
In fact, we were recording.
Like when
Right,
Jeff was like,
right.
I'm stuck between a rock, a mountain and a planet.
Yeah.
We're like, what?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he was talking about like Universal and Paramount. And we're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Well, shit, you're about to get arrested. It was
Right.
well, I know a felon now.
We were like, dang,
we
Jeff's
don't
going to
wanna know.
jail. We all thought
Yeah.
it.
we don't want those problems. Like I was legit. He was like, man, they got people following me. I was like, damn, all over Transformers. Like, God.
Yeah. But good lord, dude, Jeff watched the trailer for fucking Transformers 1 and watched what they did on the radio. I will never forget this. It's just like what you told me about Tom sitting down to pee. I will never forget this. Jeff watched what they did on the radio, what numbers they went to, because like Bumblebee or something went back and forth on the radio, or Shia LaBeouf, or however the fuck you say his name.
Yeah.
And that was the combination for the movie. And it unlocked the lock for the,
Good God.
And guess what? We all got to watch it early. And thank you, Jeff, for being like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Wasn't there some other movie? It was like Batman Begins or something. And it was like the code was like Superman.
Yeah.
It was
and
something crazy.
He would do that all the time. And he would open them up. And we would be like, Jeff, you're the best. And we watch it like 2 days earlier than we should have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm a code breaker.
And see, these people making these codes are like, oh, nobody's going to get this. I'm so witty.
Nobody's going to get this.
Right?
And they don't predict, they never predict Butters.
And then it pans over to Butters in a movie theater, just enjoying his time.
Yeah. Did you remember, Connor, do you remember when we did all the painting for the, what was it? Was it Wizard of Oz? Or the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, where we turned 16 at that one theater into the whole like entry point? It was a Johnny Depp movie. It was a Johnny Depp movie. I remember we got spray paint all over the floor, the carpet
Alice
up on
in
the
Wonderland.
third floor.
Alice in Wonderland.
That's it. Yeah, because he was the Mad Hatter. Johnny Depp was the Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Oh, remember they were so mad at us. They were like, "You guys got orange spray paint and all the spray paint on the floor," and we were like, "Eh."
Yeah. I feel like I'm the one that like signed off on that because I was like, "Yeah, man, fuck it, let's do it, whatever."
We would do everything.
Like I did a lot with that.
Yeah, it's not like it was the second floor hallway where customers go. Right. It was the third floor where, like, what? Me walking up around there with my slippers on, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, there's spray paint on the carpet." Yeah, and be like, "Oh, that looks cool."
Exactly.
Yeah.